Good morning, yarn lovers. Welcome to episode 10 of Yarning with Mimi. This is my podcast about my love of crochet, knitting, and all things yarny. Can you believe it? We are into the double digits, episode 10. So thank you to those of you who are returning. Thank you for hanging in with me and coming back. And for those who are new to the podcast, welcome. I hope you like what you see and what you hear. And if so, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified of all future episodes. My name is Sherry Ann, also known as Mimi, which is what my grandchildren call me. I'm coming to you from South Texas. We've had some really nice weather lately. We did have a bit of a cold front. Can you believe it actually dipped down to 59 one morning? So that was really quite a nice, crisp morning, and it felt really good for us down here in South Texas. As always, you can follow me on Instagram. I am sawood62. I must admit, though, I need to get more active on Instagram and post more. Also, I do have a Facebook group, so please pop on over there and join the Facebook group. It is Yarning with Mimi. And if you should wish to shoot me an email, I am on Gmail as yarningwithmimi@gmail.com. Well, I don't have a whole lot of things to show. I've mostly been working on my charity projects. So this is the part of the podcast where I give you an update on Mimi's Kind Knits. That is my small nonprofit organization where I do a lot of charity knitting and charity crochet and donate to various organizations. So I did finally mail out the 100 hats that I was making for my brother's project, his church project in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. So that package has already been mailed out. Boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, postage is quite costly these days. So I'm thinking for the future I might just keep it local. For the amount that I spent in postage, I could have had hundreds more hats made. But anyways, it was for a good cause, so I'm very pleased to have been able to do that. I did donate 29 hats and a few pairs of mittens to the local school district. I did connect with the counselor there. They were very appreciative and are ready and willing to accept however many hats and mittens I can make for them. I have 21 hats already ready to go. Let me show you some of those. Here's a pile of hats that I've made. These are mostly girls. And then we have some for the boys. I really like this camo one. Well, this one is a brown, but I did buy some more yarn for camo hats for the boys because it turns out really nice and I think they would like that. I am currently working on some hats for the NICU. I did get a request from a respiratory therapist that works at a local hospital for some Santa and elf hats for the preemies. And she did request 24 hats, various sizes, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. So this is for the micro preemie. This is the 4-inch hat. The red with the white pom-pom like the Santa hat. And then I made the elf hat, and this is just a little bigger, as you can tell. So the elves hat have the red pom-poms. Aren't they just darling? So I'm almost finished with that project, and then we'll get those delivered. So I just wanted to finish that up so I can continue with the hats for the school district. There is another project that I have rejoined. I had been a part of this in the past, and then because of various other projects, I sort of dropped out. But if you go on Facebook and do a search for the Pink Slipper Project, it is a project that the administrators, they are in contact with various shelters of women's shelters or shelters for domestic abuse, where they contact them, and what we do is we make face cloths, slippers, and sometimes there's a little fly buzzing around here, so I'm sorry if you see that in the video. We make face cloths, slippers, and also there are some shelters that take in pets or accept pets, and we make blankets for the pets. So I pretty much make the slippers and the face cloths, and my next, this current project is going to Seattle, Washington. And here are the slippers that I make. I make them really colorful. These are crocheted. They are double-stranded for extra cushiness and warmth. But I do make them colorful so that they're fun for the ladies and teenagers that get them. So those are the things that I've been working on for Mimi's Kind Knits. It's a lot of different projects, but it keeps me busy, and I'm very happy to be able to do it. So let's just jump right into FOs, finished objects. I've finished actually quite a few objects, but I don't really have them here because they've already been given out to the people that requested them. I did have a request for 3 hats, adult size hats, when our weather dipped down into the 60s. And so those have already been delivered to the new owners. I'm just waiting for the rest of the payment for those. My daughter and her boyfriend went to Colorado last week for a wedding, and they, oh, I was looking for something. Hang on. And so they weren't sure if it was going to be snowy or cold, but she did request some hats, and I did make her a hat like this. This is crocheted, and you know, I cannot remember the pattern. It is a paid-for pattern, and I just can't put my fingers on it, but when I find it, I'll mention it again in another podcast. But my other daughter saw the hat that I made, and she requested one, so I just made this one, and she wanted the blue pom-pom on top of it. So I made the hat for my daughter and also one for her boyfriend. And I also made a baby sweater set with a hat for my friend. She saw the little ones that I was making for the newborn nursery, and she asked if I could make one for her son. So I made one for a 12-month-old, and it turned out really cute. So that has already been delivered. So really, that's it for my finished objects, besides everything else that you've seen. Whipson project, I am, as you know, working on the hats and everything. But I am working on a toddler jacket. And this is a project that if you follow Crystal on Bag a Day Crochet, she has hundreds of tutorials, and this is a toddler jacket that she has made. And right now I just have the jacket part made where the sleeves have already been formed, and I only have this much done so far. I am making that with some yarn that I won in the giveaway from Debbie with the Canadian Crocheter, and this is Fentex Chunky. This is Canadian made. So I think that's turning out really good. I'm thinking that'll probably fit about a 4-year-old child. So once that's done, that's going to go to my friend to try on her daughter and see how that fits. All right. So I am working on a lot of things. I just don't have a lot to show you because most of them have already been finished, and I just continue to make more and more. I do have some socks on the needles. I'll probably get those out and show next time. Okay, so that's about it. We'll talk about acquisitions. I did go to Michael's during the last couple of weeks, and they did have a sale. I was able to, I didn't get a whole lot because I really don't need a whole lot right now, but I just wanted to see what they were on sale. And the purpose of my trip was to go for some needles that I needed. But they did have this Caron Chunky cupcakes. That is in the colorway, let me see, Grapesicle. And this is what it looks like. So it comes with the pom-pom. It says it's chunky. It's not all that chunky. I think it's on the upper side of a 4, but anyway, so I got that for $2.77, so I couldn't pass that up. That's going to be a hat for my friend's daughter. I did go to Hobby Lobby because I needed my yarn for my baby hats. Sorry for bending over. So I did get my red, white, and that red looks orangey, but it's really a pretty red, and green for my baby hats. And then I got 2 of the camo colors. This is actually, if I can get the label, Crafter's Secret. This is a Hobby Lobby special. It's Crafter's Secret in the camo for the boys' hats. And then I got 2 of these. This is also, I love this yarn. This is a weight 3, and this colorway is called Ivory. And the reason why I got that is my friend at work wants a hat mitten set. So I'm going to make one for her, and this is the one right here. I don't know if you can see that very good. And so it's really pretty. I made one of those last year for my daughter. My other daughter, who also went on a Colorado trip, and it turned out really nice. So my daughter that went to Colorado, she did go yarn shopping for me, and did pick up a skein of locally hand-dyed sock yarn. I'm so excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet. She's coming over today. I was kind of hoping she'd come yesterday so I could show it, but I guess I'll have to wait and show it on my next video. So I'm really excited to see that, and what will most likely happen is she picked out something that she liked that reminded her of her trip, and so I'll probably turn those into a pair of socks for her for Christmas. Anyway, so that's kind of exciting. I feel like it's a little bit of Christmas waiting to open up my present. So on my last podcast, I did mention that I was participating in the indoor market days at our local Elks Lodge. Well, I've gone twice, and I think I'm just a little disappointed. The traffic is just not there. There's not enough flow. Hardly anybody makes anything. I think I'm probably not going to go back. I'm just thinking it probably wasn't very well advertised, And I'm just really much happier when I make things to donate rather than trying to sell. One lady did come up and, excuse me, picked up a pair of my slippers, these ones that I make. And like I say, these are double-stranded. I do make them with yarn that I don't make them with Red Heart. I make them with the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. Those balls of yarn are now $4.99 each, and I need 2 balls of yarn. So, but out of 2 balls of yarn, I can get 2 pairs of slippers. And so I could price them at $15 probably. Although I thought that probably not many people would want to pay $15 for them. Typically what you do is you triple the cost of the supplies that you used to come up with the price for your finished object. So I was going to ask for $12. Well, I wasn't at the table, and a lady came and picked up a pair of slippers, and my daughter was there. And she said, well, how much? And my daughter said $10, not knowing I was asking 12. And the lady did compliment and say, oh, these are really nice. These look pretty. How much? And so my daughter told her $10, and she kind of scrunched up her face like, ooh, that was too much. So I'm the kind of person that if you're not willing to pay me at least what it costs me to make them, I'd just as soon donate it to somebody who's going to appreciate it and really get good use out of it. Anyways, that's just me. But I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I don't think I'm probably alone on that. Anyways, so that's it for this podcast. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I think it's kind of neat keeping the podcast short and sweet. Nobody will get bored. And anyways, I just don't have a whole lot to talk about. I'm a one-man show, so I can only make so much in a couple of weeks. So thank you again for watching, and thank you for new viewers. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please remember to show and spread kindness. Happy yarning. Bye-bye for now.